Can Christians really watch anime, or are we just ignoring the truth? I brought together anime fans who love God to find out if anime challenges our faith, or if we're just making excuses. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and let's get right into it and stay blessed. I just wanted to do this video because I wanted a lot of Christian people within the anime community. I know everybody's on their different journeys, but I know everybody, at the end of the day, we can come together to just try to bring something out in the community and try to make people more exclusive. I'll say that much. Like, don't exclude certain people. Some people may be on a different path in their spiritual journey, and some anime fans just really don't know certain things spiritually. So the first question I actually got is, does anime challenge Christian values, or is it just entertainment?
To me, I really think it's just, entertainment, to be honest. Like, I don't think it like goes into that too much. I just think it could have some stuff in there that, Christians might not like, but for the most part, I'm saying for, anime in general, I think it's just entertainment, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm gonna give a little bit of a more in-depth answer because it can go both ways, right? It depends on the show and the message that the show is trying to convey. Because if it conveys a negative message, then you know that it can clash with it. So it depends on the type of show that you watch, the type of anime that you're into, because there's so many different genres and stuff like that.
To me, it's like, let's say you're watching a show, right? AOT. And I know this might sound somewhat controversial, but I do think sometimes AOT has certain things that some Christian people could resonate, because the main core values of the show and the themes that it try to like teaches the audience is about freedom. And also, how well does freedom go, or how far does it go, and how far would you go to just try to achieve it? Because if you see how Aaron is from episode 1, all he's trying to do is find the truth. Season 1 to season 4, you see that over a period of time, he gets more corrupted and becomes a whole different person as he discovers the truth. But towards the end of the series, when everything's happening with the world, he technically made peace by making himself an enemy of everyone. Certain shows can teach certain people depending on what they can take from it and depending on the themes of the show. So the next question that I do have is, can anime influence Christians' faith positively or negatively? For myself, in my household, I wasn't even allowed to like listen to Michael Jackson. My dad put that. My dad said Michael Jackson summoning demons. I couldn't do yoga.
I'm glad you said that, because I heard like some like Christian households, like they don't even let them watch like Yu-Gi-Oh. Like Yu-Gi-Oh was a bad one too. For some people,
if I had it on, I think I would have got whooped. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, I'm dead serious. I didn't even know what it was. So it's like, when you don't know what something is, I feel like that's why I feel like it's both ways. For like, can Christians get influenced positively or negatively? I feel like even if the intent is good, it can still get you in a negative sense, even if it's outside of just watching the show. I feel like the younger you are, it influences you even more.
Thinking about what you said earlier, about how you were not even allowed to watch like Pokemon until high school. That's crazy to me, because I grew up when I was younger watching Fooly Cooly as a kid. First of all, that was not a kid to watch as a child.
I ain't gonna lie, I did sneak Fooly Cooly when Toonami was like 12 years old. I ain't gonna lie.
Making sure, you get reinforced into your belief. Be like, hey, this is just, again, like, this is the type of media, but this is kind of what should be important to you. I had watched Fooly Cooly when I was younger, but that didn't change, I guess, in that case, my journey. So it really is, at least in terms of like the parental aspect, like parents actually raising their kids. And, Christians being able to sit and reflect on the things that they watch, on how they interpret the world, the Bible and how they read it, what their pastor says, and, just trying to make sure they adhere to the things that they believe in, I guess, if that makes sense.
Man, the influence thing, and like what you said about like parenting, like everything really starts at home, man. Like, the more that I think about it, like I'll be on Twitter and I'll be seeing these people, like they will say such and such did something right, like something pure evil, like something they did something bad in the show, literally something bad in the show, and they will say, oh no, he's right. He's right. Those people, we need to lock y'all up ASAP, by the way.
I remember that. Because like when the Gaza-Israel thing first started, people was comparing it to AOT, which is insane. It's like insane. You can't compare human lives to an anime show, bro. There's two separate things at that point.
Exactly. I mean, that's just people on Twitter. People on Twitter.
Let me just. Oh my gosh!
The way I like to see it is people on Twitter aren't real people.
They're not real. They're not real.
I really do feel like anime in the internet and Twitter, which I'm not on anymore because that app is not X or whatever it's called. It's just people do not live in reality. You do not compare like animated media to an actual crisis that's going on, right? And it's so like I feel like people are so disconnected. It's like, okay, I am addicted to pornography, let me keep watching this, and there's no disconnect. Like people don't disconnect those things, or they'll compare a animated series to a real life event to happening to real people, and there's no. I don't think people take things seriously anymore, which is terrible for like in the sense of humanity. And so it's really, I would say it's really sad. It's like we're watching our like morals decline every day. Like some people just say things just to say things, but it's sad because people are taking it very seriously. They're like, yeah, I really think this. I'm like, oh, okay. And that's when you go in distance, just because it's just.
Yeah.
But the third question is, are there certain types of anime Christians should avoid?
Bro, like, if you're not right in the head, you just shouldn't be consuming a lot of media in general. You'll just make bad out of anything that you consume. So, it's not necessarily like, I mean, it can be an anime thing, but it's just like, again, if you're not right in the head, you're not right in the head.
Yeah.
Like, you're just gonna make the worst out of everything. And if you need to avoid that stuff, you need to avoid that stuff. It's just, whatever the case may be. There's some anime that people should avoid. There's some stuff that I read and I'm just, but I mean, it comes down to your personal preference too, because there's some stuff that I read and I'm just like, man, this author was off a perk or something, man. I can't lie to you. Or it is.
Now we know. We know.
Redo Hiller?
No. When I can imagine the shows he was thinking of when he said that.
Redo Hiller was the first one on my list, bro. I was like, yep, that's the show.
Hey, man.
Yeah. I mean, but I guess there's a lot of nuance to everything, and
Yeah.
not everything is like super black and white, so that's why these conversations
Yeah.
will drag on a little bit. But yeah, like if you're struggling with lust, avoid the ecchi stuff. I mean, it's stuff that you should avoid
Yeah.
in general, because it like any sort of like super hypersexual material, because it'll drag you down a dark hole.
What would you guys say is your top 3 anime that you would give to Christian people? First on the list is Snafu, My Teenage Comedy Romance. I don't remember a single like ecchi scene in that show, and I feel like for teenagers growing up, it can give some insight. I definitely say that it's a good, I don't even want to say comedy show, slice of life, somewhat comedy, slightly psychological because it deals with problems about how people can be socially dependent on another individual. Especially if you're with another group of people, you can be socially dependent. And that show tackles that in later seasons. So I think that's a good show, especially if you're a teenager or young adult. Sakamoto Desuka is a funny show to me. Funny teenage high school character. Everybody's wondering why he's so perfect. And because of that, he just gets into different moments that everybody just don't know. If you still truly want a harem series, but you don't want any ecchi, any of that nasty stuff, The World God Only Knows. It's a great harem anime series. It does not have like all that ecchi stuff from like your high school DxD. Literally the whole premise is the main character is the king or god of games, and he accepts a contract with someone to basically save the lives of women. And to only do that, he has to romance them.
I would say Ramen Fighter Mickey. Ramen Fighter Mickey's.
Oh,
I can't lie. When I was watching it with like my friends and stuff, that it did make me laugh, right? So Ramen Fighter Mickey is definitely one. Kakashi. I'm gonna go Kakashi.
Yeah.
They don't know nothing about that. They don't know nothing about that.
Wait, no, not Kakashi. Kiba. Kiba is amazing.
What's your last one? What's your last one?
My third one, this will be like the Yu-Gi-Oh!, the Digimon, the Bakugan type series. If you're not watching Five Brain Puzzle of God all 3 seasons, you gotta get on that. That's for you guys too. You gotta get on that. Five Brain Puzzle of God, that's that show right there. I have it rated highly.
You know what I'm saying? You want to watch some good W plug right here? Watch Chrono's Ruler. You feel me? And if I'm gonna go off like slice of life or just comedy, you already know I'm gonna plug Psyche K, man. Watch Psyche K.
I was thinking about saying
into
it.
You know what I'm saying? If you haven't watched anime like that and you want to watch a good comedy, watch one of the best comedy anime ever. Psyche K.
Psyche K is a good one.
I agree.
I would say like sports anime is a good one because it's very neutral.
Yeah.
I feel like most sports, some people have like certain opinions. They're like, oh, this is kind of this way, but I think sports animes is like a very good overall because you could have like sports and they can have fiction. So I would say sports animes in general. I was gonna say like Kokoro no Basket or what is the Slam Dunk even. I'm more of a slice of life person, so I really like those intimate stories, kind of like, oh, you can relate to this, or sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes I will watch and be like, wow, this is too close to real life. I came here to not experience that.
Yeah, I'll be trying to go for like the more fun shows. Like I'm thinking about another one, like you know what I'm saying, like Beaufort. That's my stuff right there, man. Like, come on, man. Like just fun shows. Like if you're a Christian and you want to find something that's just look for the fun stuff. Don't look for the stuff that be doing all these different type of stuff for shock value and stuff like that. Look for the fun shows.
Gotcha. Basically, question number 5 is it possible to balance faith and being an anime fan?
It's really fairly simple. Like I feel like if you have like a balance in your life of certain things, because you're not gonna only want to do like one, like you know what I'm saying. You have a certain daily routine. You know what I mean. You do your thing. Anime can be fit into that. You know what I'm saying. You don't have to do it all day. It's not an all day activity. You can watch a couple episodes and just drop it and get back to your faith. So I really think you can fit really anything in your schedule if you have a schedule. Now, if you're all over the place and stuff like that, then it might interfere with it because you don't really have like a schedule. You don't have a routine. So if you don't got a routine or anything like that and you're just all over the place, it could possibly. But if you're a fairly organized person, you got schedules and stuff like that, no one to drop this and no one to drop that for whatever situation, yeah, of course you can watch anime in your daily routine for sure.
Maybe you should never be a fanatic. I think that's the part, like, because and this is something I had to learn, because when I think of the word fan, I just be like, oh, it's something that you like, right? But like when you be a fanatic, it's really like you're obsessed with this. And that's really something you should never be. Like having posters, having stuff like that, that's fine, but it should be like, all right, this is one part of my life. It needs to be like a healthy kind of relationship with whatever that media or that thing is.
The last question is, can you be a devoted Christian and still watch any anime you want?
This depends on who you're asking this to, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. This is really depends.
Yeah,
because some people, really everybody's Christian journey is like, from what I've been seeing, is really different than the other. You know what I mean? Some people would say like, off what they like read and stuff in the Bible, like they say, nah, if I'm gonna be a devoted Christian, this is all I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? There's some people like that, and there's also some people that like, they say, oh yes, this is what it says, but this is just my entertainment. This is just something I do on the side. Yeah. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is like, yeah, it just really depends on what type. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different. That's what we're gonna say though. I want to hear what you gotta say now, bounce off that.
I was about to say, because it also depends on what your definition of a devoted Christian is too.
Okay, so I'm agreeing with what both of you said, because being a devoted Christian is very different depending on people's perception, and even by like certain I don't want to say like denomination, but there are people who are like Orthodox Christian. There's not much in the United States, but Orthodox Christians, they've been practicing the same Christianity for like over 3,000 years, right? So they have very different traditions and different practices compared to someone who's Catholic, and then compared to someone who's Protestant, and then you have, whatever else. So devotion looks different depending on practice. And I've seen some people who are Orthodox and like anime, right? And they have a very strict rules, right? And I guess it's just like you said, faith journey, what does that look like? How do you practice, Christianity for you or your church or whatever, and then all these other things, right? I would say it purely depends on the community, who you are, and I guess that's kind of my thing. It depends, right? What does a devoted Christian look like to you? Is anime something that disrupts that?
Hey, subscribe to the channel if you guys want more anime related content. Don't forget to join. Also, if you want to have more discussions with myself or just different people in my community as well, don't forget to also join my Discord server, link down below in the description. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And also, I just want to say real quick, thank you, MJ. Thank you, Skills. Go shout out Skills. I put his channel down below. MJ, please go show her some love in the comments. And I just want to say I appreciate you guys for joining this video. And whoever's watching, thank you. And as it out.